Hey guys, this is not going to be a guide video. Instead, it's going to be me just talking about a lot of the stuff I've been thinking about recently, as well as kind of where I want to take this channel going forward. Starting off, I really need to say that I like everything that's in the game so far, but that's about it. There's a lot that it's missing though. But I know that there's going to be such an amazing future. I mean, just imagine 10, 20 other entire maps just like Alio. That's going to be fantastic. That's just going to be amazing. But it might take a year, 3 years to get there. And I just can't bring myself to keep logging in to do the same thing every day. I truly hoped that we would have one, if not all three of those extra zones we see on the map. I'll put a map up on the screen, post edit here, but we only ended up getting Alio. The rest of Alio, I should say. But it's not enough for me. And I don't think it's enough for a lot of people. There's still a lot more to cover in NGS, and I still will get to a lot of it eventually, but it's honestly hard for me to bring myself to spend 20-30 hours on a video for a game I barely even play more than a few hours a week anymore. I originally made this channel so I could cover multiple different games, but in the end it just became a PSO2 channel. Right before I started Black to Basics, I was playing Final Fantasy XIV and Shadowbringers, and I wanted to get into content creation around that time, but I didn't know where to start. And I didn't think I knew enough about the game to cover it either. And now that I have all that content creation experience, now that I'm playing 14 again, I know exactly where I can start. I know exactly what I can cover, and I know exactly how to cover just about anything I want to cover now. I just needed to do my own little side character story arc, go off and have my own little time skip for a year and a half or two, learn a new trade or learn a new skill, and then put that, into perspective, into play with the new game I'm playing. And so many people were always telling me, you shouldn't stick to PSO2. There's so much more that you could be doing with the style you're doing, and it's always been weighing on me. I want to take those skills and I think what I'm good at and, just move on and do it with other things I'm actually interested in. Really interested in. It's not that I'm not interested in PSO2, it's that I'm not currently very invested in it. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. With that all being said, my game plan going forward is to, again, cover the new stuff with PSO2 when it comes out, but I can't say for certain. I have no idea yet until I start making the content, which I just barely started on it, but I think what I'm going to be doing going forward is mostly covering Final Fantasy XIV classes, which are known as jobs in that game. And I'm mostly going to be covering the absolute basics of those classes, just to give everyone an idea of what some of the skills do and how to basically pull your weight and, not be bad. But I don't want to get too far into it because there is an expansion coming out in November, which means that a lot of classes will have some minor tweaks and they will all be getting new skills as well. So I don't want to get too far into some of this stuff, but I really want to help a lot of the newer players and a lot of the people who are getting into the game before the expansion comes out and all that kind of stuff. I also want to cover a lot of other small things like maybe how to get relic weapons, certain mounts, certain fashion, and lots of other stuff I can't even think of right now. Now, there's a lot more I did want to talk about and bring up and mention, but it's not really worth it. And I could have sat here and, bashed NGS, but I honestly think that at this point, no matter what kind of input and feedback I give, it's not going to matter. They're still going to kind of follow their roadmap. And even if they speed things up on the roadmap a bit, I still don't think it's going to be nearly enough. But what I do know is that the game is in a good spot to be built upon. It's just not filled up much right now. This isn't to say that they don't take suggestions and feedback, because they did do a very good job at least taking the feedback from the surveys they did in the CBTs to make I almost said open beta, the launch better. So I'm going to let them do their thing. Hopefully the game does really, really well. I'm going to root for them. I'm going to help the community where I can. I am going to still be a part of the community. I'm still going to play the game, but I'm probably not really going to cover it much. And that's it. So expect to see some 14 content out soon, and still expect some PSO2 content, but don't expect it too soon. Thank you so much for sitting through this, and until the next video, take care.
My friend.
So, Black would create different content while NGS updates slowly.
It would. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must then. But
We at Sega will keep updating slowly.
till the heavens fall, until our last breath.